That's pretty much it. David, what you doing?
I got a bunch of stuff. I downloaded, and this is kind of just initial impressions of the new game that came out this week, Gears of War 4. Gears of 4.
Quattro.
I think you need to stop with the numbers. What after 3? Just either just call
Name
it.
it
Yeah, they did
else.
that. It was Judgment, and apparently
No, but
it was a bad
don't
game.
sequel it. Don't colon it. Just call it Gears of War again. Like, I'm fine. We'll know.
There was already a Gears of War.
Yeah, but it was long ago. Anyways,
Do a GOW.
me and Gerald play the co-op, which this game is always obviously. If you don't know Gears of War, it's a third person
It's a video game.
video game where you're essentially part of this like Marine group taking down
Third person shooter.
aliens, and you're a lot of behind cover shooting things. That's pretty much it.
But it's very into the co-op. Like, you need 2 players to play it.
No. You can play
it.
single player.
You can, but that's part of the cool part is you can play the entire campaign cooperatively, which is awesome.
Like Halo, they've kind of been a staple. But you can actually do split screen in this too, which is kind of cool.
I think it had more teamwork and stuff involved. Because I remember
No.
playing it
No.
with James.
Nah,
and
I mean,
yeah.
you can.
You're
Just like
covering for
Halo,
the
you
other
could.
person
Just
and
like
this
Halo,
and
you
that.
can play in a way
You
that
can, but it was like intended for the...
No.
sometimes
What do you mean no? Yes, it was.
there are moments where it does split you up
Where
that way.
where you have to have co-op to play.
No,
No, you don't have to, but I mean, it has the AI person. that has it, but you're always running with
You're
a
always going to
partner.
want to... You're always going to play
and-
with somebody who's smarter than the AI because the AI sucks most of the time. So.
But I'm just like, in Halo, you're by yourself and there's like other players, but they're not like somebody you're interacting with the whole time.
Good point.
Halo
It's-
5 you
in
are.
this one,
But, yeah, I
you've
see what
got
you
a
mean.
partner that you're running with, and someone else can be that partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyways, the game basically we've played it probably a couple hours. We're not that far into it. It takes place obviously after the events of 3, and it seems like you're
And years
yeah,
after 3.
Yeah, Phoenix is
It's like 17 years, I think they said.
his son, and it looks like all the stuff that was great. It's actually kind of interesting. It seems like we beat the Locusts and the Lambit. We beat them. We won. But then the government that took over is now just starting to oppress the people.
The cogs.
Yeah.
They always
Exactly.
do that.
I know. It's like you
Can
can't
they just hang out? Benevolent leaders. What is the problem? Why don't you exist? Benevolent dictatorship is like the best thing ever, and like no one can do it.
I
They
know.
always have to oppress.
I know. Anyways, so you again. This is why you'd like this game because now you're fighting the man again. Again. Never stop. But then also it appears that the locust might not completely be gone.
Or
So
it's
now
a new threat.
So now you're fighting 2 fronts. It appears again. We haven't played enough of it. It's Gears. It's the same. It's a good and a bad thing, right? Like I think there's enough new because there's some new weapons. There's some new mechanics. It seems like. But it's a lot of the same game, which is fine.
Dude,
I haven't played it in a long time.
I don't like these games, David.
I know.
I tried with you last night. I just don't like. I don't like the third person shooter. I'd rather just be a first person.
You can't change it.
No, and just the weird. That's the way like they run and move.
The snapping to cover.
Yeah, it doesn't seem as smooth as something like a traditional, like I said, FPS would be. It's just. I just don't like it.
I think
I tried.
It's just getting used to it. I think.
And the shooting is just weird. I just don't like it.
I like the story a lot in the game. I like the characters. I like the universe. I think it's interesting.
Obviously, I'm not invested. I only played the first Gears game, a little bit of Gears 3 with Dan, but I'm not really invested in the story.
And I know, obviously, Epic Games, I think it's Epic Games.
It's the Coalition now.
No, I was saying
before.
They did the first 3, then Judgment was done by the Coalition, and then this is their... The game
it's kind of like they bought that team out. It's kind of like what Microsoft did with Bungie. They bought a lot of the Halo guys with 343.
Right, but the game is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it's amazing,
it's
beautiful.
But that game's always been known for its visual fidelity. It's smooth, it's great. It's if you like Gears of War, you're gonna love it. It's a lot of the same stuff. Again, we haven't played like a tremendous amount of it. I do like that it seems like there's these settlements which are not part of like the bigger government that took over, and they've got like kind of rundown technology. So it's that cool like horses with like super advanced technology.
Right.
It's cool.
Cowboys versus aliens.
Right. And then like, me, I love that stuff. So that part I was like, ooh, that seems cool.
Some of the new weapons are cool, like the robots, like that one robot shotgun where you like it fires when you pull it and then fires again when you release it. So you can just like really quick.
Or like, what I did is I like fired it, held it down, turn, and then let go, and then it's to one.
Or like some of the mechanics, there was like a horde mechanic, and you could like buy the sentry turrets and stuff that were there. Like that's
that
kind of
was
cool,
in
the fabricator.
3, I think, a little bit, but
okay.
But it seems kind of like the horde mode is very popular in that game.
Very.
So they're like, why don't
it
we
almost
just
like
put
invented
that in,
it, right?
Yeah, why don't we put that in the single player? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, of course.
There's a lot of cool stuff about it. It's just
you don't like the general style of game.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay. So that's what I did that. I have a get off my lawn. I think you have something to bring up about this. So NFL, love football. Obviously, we've talked tons about it. I'm done with these Thursday night games, though.
How dare you?
They're not, the players. The games
How
are
dare you.
terrible. Like they were so bad before that now they're like every Thursday night game has to be a division game, right? It has to be two teams that are in the
More
same division
competitive, yeah.
to make it more interesting. But the problem is these teams they're not prepared. Like they're not.
One,
the
how
games
dare
are-
you? Because the Chargers won this past Thursday against the Broncos, a
Right.
division rival.
I thought the Broncos were going to crush them too.
No, and I thought we
I've
were
way
going
overestimated the
to
Broncos
choke
this year.
again at the end of the year. Or
But,
at the end of the
that's
game.
exactly my point. Is that it's not based like again. Obviously,
But
the
again-
Chargers won, but I'm just saying.
It was down to the wire, though.
But it's not about close. It's about the field, the competition between the teams. Like they just don't seem like they're not the players that are world beaters in the NFL don't show up, and it's because these guys are creatures of habit. Like they practice the same amount every day, every time at the same day every week. They get ready. They have it's like clockwork to them. And then when you're like, okay, hey, by the way, you're gonna play
Short week.
You're gonna play on a short week, so like you have to put a game plan in basically as soon as you get done with Sunday night's game. It's not.
Yeah, but then when you're saying Monday night games suck, 'cause Monday night games are great.
No, that's a little bit different. It's not in the middle of the week. No,
It's
but it's
the
in
beginning of the week.
My thing is, like, I like football so much, the sooner I can get it and
Right.
watch it, I'm
yeah, but
completely
if
fine
the
with
quality is as low as it's been, like it's just I get it. And the other problem, and you brought this up, is like we're already like all day Sunday, right? Like we're all done.
Right. I do have a
And-
problem with that.
Right, and then it's like, okay, we're gonna take your Thursday night. It's like
Plus, it's
you
on-
know how much I love you, and you're
Right.
using it against me. Like
That's why I don't like basketball, because it's like every other day. Like I can't keep up with it.
Well, hockey's kind of like that. It's every 2 days.
yeah,
or whatever.
82 games versus 16, right? So.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Thursday night's volleyball night. So we
Like I said, I'm kind of done with watching. It's not the level of quality it should be simply because it's so early in the week. Make it Friday night. I mean, or Saturday night. I don't even mind that. Like it's just because it's so much. It's in the middle
kind
of the
a good
week.
break though. It's nice because it's like it's
I
a
get-
long
You get
week.
football right now. You don't have to wait all the way
I
until
know.
Sunday to
I
watch
don't even get to
football.
watch
But
the whole game.
again,
but we went to go to Buffalo Wild Wings before volleyball, watch a little bit of the game, have some wings.
Watching
I don't
football
really
at Buffalo
care.
Wild Wings is amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
Remember we used to go like every Sunday?
Yeah, we would.
Back when we were like AT&T.
Yeah,
Remember
we-
that Philly chick? Tony, you know?
Yeah. I just remember we would have like an hour break and we'd be gone for a little over an hour.
Oh,
a
yeah.
little over an hour. But
I was like, you don't have to care that much. Like
No,
you're
it's-
just kind of
I
chilling.
think-
It's a Thursday night. You still got to go to work on Friday, so you can't get too drunk. You just watch the game. And
Good point, good point.
You know what I'm
I-
saying? It's just
again,
like it doesn't have that.
this is coming
it's
from the
not
guy
as
who-
important.
right, I get it. I understand why they do it. I'm just saying I don't enjoy the level of play that I've seen week after week after week
All right,
after
well,
week.
go play for your bad football team then, David.
No, it's not about that. It's about just I like I said. I think the problem is everyone watches it. It
All right,
doesn't
so
matter.
what are
They
they?
could put football like the London games. They're on here at like 6:30 in the morning, and people wake up.
But, okay, so next Thursday, Green Bay's playing, right? Or is it Thursday?
Green Bay, and Chicago.
All right, we'll see what you say next week's podcast. And be like, that was the most amazing
No, but
Thursday
it's-
night game ever.
Well, like I said,
We
I
won at the
Unless
last
the Bears
second
win.
clutch moment.
It'll be like Packers weren't ready. They were tired.
no, but even
They had a
short
long
week.
night. The travel time was ridiculous.
They don't get paid enough to like have short weeks.
Have to
and make
play on
millions of
Thursdays.
dollars.
This is
Whatever.
horrible.
These poor players, they don't show up.
you guys done.
Yeah,
So that was my get off my lawn. The other thing I wanted to talk about, I'm watching South Park season 20,
season 20.
so I'm
Wow.
caught up on. I know
20
they actually did like a viral video where it's like
We've been there.
we've grown up with you, and it's like a little girl
We were
who's
there.
like a little girl, and it's like yeah, like they've been there since when 1990.
96.
Yeah.
I think so. I
Like-
think it came out in like 6th grade.
That'd be 20 years from now.
It's ridiculous, but. Anyways, the thing that they're doing now with the new season, I don't know if you're watching, but they now have like a storyline that kind of runs along the season.
And they've done that now for the past few seasons.
Yeah, which I actually kind of like, but sometimes it obviously hinders the like. One of the cool things about South Park was always like the ability to put it out so quickly.
And so ridiculous and more topical to that week, and now it's more topical to
A general
quarter
like,
of the year.
Yeah, right now they're kind of making fun of like social network norms and trolling and
The political, obviously.
yeah,
things
some of
going on
that's
right
in
now,
there.
the campaign.
Obviously, they pepper that stuff in, but it's about like the safe places on the internet and
PC, that was a big thing
that was a
last
big
year.
thing last year. But now they're like playing with this whole thing of like getting like this whole thing like people are they're killing themselves by leaving Twitter. And people are like, don't leave Twitter, you have so much left. Like, so it's obviously very satirical, but I always like it when it's not on the nose. They're making a bigger argument about something, and then at the very end, they're like, and this is how it all relates. You know what I mean? Like they did it with, there's so many things that they've done it with, PEDs, There's a litany of things, and I enjoy that when it's like you don't know that they're telling you something, and then at the end they're like, oh yeah, here's the connection that you're not making in your head because you would agree with this standpoint, but you would never make that comparison in the real world to this argument, and I applaud them for that. But it is still very funny. They make fun of the whole Kaepernick not taking a knee and all that stuff. They make fun of that. J.J. Abrams, they're like, one of the best jokes is like, we have to remake the national anthem because it's old and like but we still want to remember the national anthem. Who could make us a new national anthem that makes us love the old thing but also is new? And so they go get J.J. Abrams.
What was that outside his house? One light means he says yes. Two lights mean no.
And like, so of course he rewrites it, and all he does is he's like, okay, here's the national anthem, the new national anthem. You can stand, sit, kneel, do whatever you want, and to be part
everything
of
else is exactly the same.
It's like, and people are like, we love it. Like, it allows everyone to do it, and nothing is affront to anybody else. It's.
I like when you saw people like sitting down or standing, not sure what to do. It's
great, and just again, very comical. So definitely check that out. South Park is amazing, and they're
it's grown. You ever go back to watch the first?
Oh, it looks terrible.
Just the artistry is horrible, but like
it's not horrible, but
it's a construction paper cut. Yeah,
but
it's
classic. Was just fart jokes and like killing Kenny.
I still like a lot of that stuff, man. I sometimes I do miss where every episode was different. It wasn't an overarching thing. I do miss that some episodes or some seasons.
But I just think I like the more mature humor, like the making political statements humor and like that stuff. It's just so much funnier than just like, oh, Canadians fart and poop a lot. Like, okay, cool.
It is the same thing. I can't imagine the amount of pressure those guys have on them, given their ability to be satirical and so on the nose and be able to explain an argument. Because like Jon Stewart, I'm sure had some of that with The Daily Show, where it's like, oh my God, like tell us what you think, and he's like, I'm just a comedian. Like, why are you coming to me? Like, I'm not the voice, but people are like, you should run for president. No, I shouldn't. Like, so anyways, that's why I can't imagine. They had episodes about it where they were like, everything's crap. I think they did a whole episode where like they were like,
he turned like 10 or something. It was like whatever. He turned like some age, and at that point he's two adults, so everything is crap.
And it was
so
about
he's like
the idea
looking at a movie trailer and there's crap coming out of everyone's mouth.
And I know like a bunch of people thought that they were starting to get past it. Like, we don't know if we have any more good ideas, and we don't know if we want to do this anymore. This is the biggest thing with creators is like, I have other ideas. They're like, no, keep doing the $1 million idea. It's like,
well, I can see the argument on their side. You're like, no, your other idea is stupid. And this one makes billions of dollars.
But they've been, I know they're coming out with, what is it called? The Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, the Fractured Butthole, the next game. Yeah.
But they said after they did the last one, we're never got the Stick of Truth. They were like, this took so much effort and time and just man hours to make this game and put it together the way we wanted to, that we're never doing this again. And then like 3 years later, they're like, okay, we're making it. And that's the point.
Well, one, it wasn't even 3 years, but two, it was just such a big hit. And I think they just enjoyed doing it because Ubisoft was just like, no, you just do whatever you want. And that game is ridiculous.
Oh, they have a thing now where you put on a smell of it, like the VR, but it's like you put it up to your nostrils. And every time you fart in the game, it sprays like a fart smell.
Oh my God.
One, that was just for a viral gimmick video. It's not like a real thing they're coming out with.
No, but they built one.
Right.
It actually does it. I mean, you can't buy it, but it's ridiculous that someone put it together and built it.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, what did they call it? It was called something.
I don't know, but farting is a big mechanic in that game. So.
Yeah. What's it called? Oculus. It had something tied in with that.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's pretty much all I had. Let's get on to the other parts of the show.
All right.
Let's do the story of the century.
Of the week.
Good job.
Sorry, I thought he forgot.
I was doing a dramatic pause there.
Pregnant pause there. So yeah, we have a story of the century of the week for you guys. We want to talk about the Samsung.